everyone, my name is Meika Housh and I'm a doctor in textile material technology in the University of Borås. Today I will introduce you to digital inkjet printing in textile industry. We will have a look at the main approaches in this technology and its application in nowadays in both research and markets. So this technology has been popular since the 1970s, and it is printing some digital income, which is, for example, a picture from a software or a computer, and to make it appear with high resolution or the highest resolution possible on the fabric or textile. This technology uses the subtractive color system, and that makes it very versatile, and we can achieve high color payoff with that technology. So the main principle of that as we have said, we have a digital image from a software, and that we can make an order in the machine, in the printing machine, to have the ink supply into the printhead, and then we print on the substrate, which is in our case is the textile, after sometimes having applying pre-treatment on that substrate, and then after that in some cases post-treatments of the printing is required to have better quality for after use. There are main inkjet printing systems, which are mainly continuous and drop-on-demand. We are going to focus on drop-on-demand in this OER because it is mostly used, especially the piezoelectric type of it. It's used more than thermal nowadays. As we can see here, we have to differentiate between the two methodologies of having the ink delivered to the printhead in the two technologies, and in which case we have some pros and cons. For example, in drop-on demand, which is in focus nowadays, we have the piezoelectric is more popular than the thermal because the high temperature in thermal printheads can affect sometimes the qualities of the ink used. There are some key characteristics of printing in this methodology, one of which is how versatile and multicolor we have with the high speed also, and it's very flexible in the now very fast changing trends in fashion industry and in textile in general. There are four main components in this technology, one of which is the data from the software we have, which will be the input, the digital input, and then the textile, which is the substrate, the ink used, and the printhead, of course. All these components should be studied well, and there should be good compatibility among all of these components to have good quality of the printing and also washing fastness after use. As for textile in use for digital inkjet printing, it's a bit challenging material because it is not dimensionally stable, and it can be stretched, and it's a difference in absorbency and porosity. So sometimes some type of textiles require pre-treatments before the inkjet printing. Speaking of inks, there are many types of inks, and they are classified for types according to the base used, for example, water or solvent, or sometimes according to the colorant type, which is the acid, reactive, and so on, according to the fiber used. And if we compare the digital inkjet printing versus the conventional printing, for example, screen printing, we can significantly see the difference in timing that is required to optimize the process and to start production. And also we can see here that not only the time will be saved, also we can save energy, water, and reduce pollution using the digital technology. Also to reduce equipment and storage, because we don't need the metallic gravings and so on to perform the screen printing. So the pre-treatment and they are required in some cases, as we have said, because the textiles can be different in porosity and absorbency. In general, it's it's to improve penetration and to improve the printing resolution also, and to minimize the bleeding of the ink. And these pretreatments can be conducted according, of course, to each fiber type and the fabric structure each time. As for the post-treatment after the digital printing is conducted, we have many types of fixing or curing or washing off, also to fix the ink and to take away any unfixed parts. There are many, of course, many standards to control and to assess the quality of the printed material used. For example, from the ISO family, we have many standards for washing fastness and so on to standardize globally these qualifications. For the application in textile industry of this methodology, it's very widely used, and especially for fashion and furniture, home furniture. We use it in entertainment, in ads, in sports, and so on. But also lately, it has been this technology has been used in functional and smart textiles as well, to introduce some new functionalities like electrical conductivity or water repellency, and even bioactivation with enzymes. So we can see that there have a lot of advantages for this method over the conventional methods of printing. For example, it's with less waste because we have the drop on demand. We have the flexibility for fast changing in the trends nowadays. We can change the patterns very quickly, and of course with high resolution. But still, these kind of technologies, they face some challenges, including the chemistry of the ink and some blocked nozzles and some technical issues that need to be improved. As a conclusion, we can see that digital inkjet printing for textile is a sustainable and resource-efficient methodology that needs to be incorporated more often to enhance and to add value to the economy, because it is more efficient and cost effective than the usual conventional methods of printing on textiles. Thank you so much for listening.